Good Wednesday evening, everyone. Let's talk about the elephant in the room, the smoke and haze in the air. Now, you might have noticed that stepping out the door because it didn't necessarily look cloudy, because it really wasn't. We had a few high clouds today, but that's about it. But what we've been seeing and perhaps smelling at times is the smoke coming from the wildfires up in Canada, reaching all the way, not just to New England, but the smoke has actually been seen in parts of Europe. But I do have good news when it comes to us here at home. Most of that smoke is way up high in the atmosphere, not making it to the ground. Now, again, the rule of thumb I'll give you is if you smell it, you're breathing it. If not, it's not too much of a concern. And again, here at home, we don't have any air quality alerts, and our air quality has mostly been in the good and moderate category. Now, for those of you who are extremely sensitive, maybe you have a really bad case of asthma, maybe your allergies are horrible, maybe you have COPD, this might make you feel a little iffy, but otherwise you should be a-okay. Now, again, you can still see that hazy sky in the Providence Skycam, and this will get better tonight and tomorrow, but it's still something I want you to be aware of as we head through the next 24 hours before the smoke really dissipates. Providence looking at 75 degrees right now, 78 in Smithfield, 69 degrees for Westerly, Newport at 65 and 74 as we head to New Bedford. The summary of tonight, again, still a little hazy, but mostly clear. It's an easygoing night with most of us on either side of 60 degrees, awfully mild even for this time of year. But mild is just the start as we head into tomorrow. It's going to be a scorcher, you guys. Looking at the upper 80s, low 90s for our inland cities. Providence 88 degrees or so, looking at 88 in Taunton, 90 for Smithfield. Look, once you get toward the Mass Pike, temperatures again very similar here into the upper 80s and low 90s. We shouldn't be this hot at this time of year or any time of year. Our highest average monthly high is in July, and it's 84 degrees. So we have even surpassed that point with the temperatures tomorrow. If you want to go anywhere cool, you want to go to the coast. We'll talk more about that in just a second, but I want to emphasize it's not just the heat, it's also the humidity. Of course, not a great pair when it comes to how it feels outside, especially on a day like tomorrow. Considering with dew point temperatures going up, with more moisture in the air, it will feel like the low 90s across the board. So make sure you're drinking plenty of water. Make sure you're taking breaks in the AC and light, loose clothing as you're stepping out the door and spending time outside. Now back to the coast we go, because this is where I think the day is actually going to be quite enjoyable. Temperatures in the mid to upper 70s, couple spots getting to 80 degrees or so. Low tide tomorrow at 10:05 a.m. Looking at high tide at 4:31. Waves not that choppy, 2 to 3 feet. That's about it. A little bit of haze, but that's also really not too big a deal. Even compared to today, it will be lesser. Now the UV index is still going to be high, so make sure you've packed the SPF as you're heading out to the beach if you do get the chance tomorrow. Now, otherwise, satellite and radar is quiet at home, but the next thing we're watching is actually this front all the way in the Midwest. It's a slow mover, but it's finally going to get a move on, and it actually could bring some nasty storms to northern New England tomorrow. As for us here at home, I can't count out a stray shower, maybe a rumble of thunder, but I think that's going to be really hard to come by tomorrow. Anything we see should be a couple drips and drops and could be very short-lived. Now, as we move into Friday, that's where this front and the energy that comes with it gets a little closer to home. And as you'll see, by the time we get into the afternoon, the heat, the humidity in that front as a catalyst does come together and give us a couple of thunderstorms, and we could have some heavy rain, thunder, lightning, and some gusty wind possible within those cells. Please make sure you're staying weather aware, and of course, we'll have more as we move throughout the week. Now, Saturday, a shower or two sticking around, maybe a rumble of thunder in the evening. I do think most of the rain is later in the day, and as we head into Sunday, a stray shower or two in the morning, but we start to clear out for the start of this next week.